So you want to know why you need smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, well, and propane detectors? Well, this is a perfect example. I just came back from my trip. It was a great trip. Parked my van in the driveway. It's stupid hot here in Southern Alberta. In fact, you may be able to see me sweating in this picture. It's currently 26 degrees and it's supposed to get up to a high of 34 or 35 degrees Celsius today. I parked my van in the driveway. I popped my rear vent that I always leave open just so it lets some air flow in, and I proceeded on with my life. Came home from work the first night that I had it parked in my driveway to hear my detector, my smoke alarm / carbon monoxide detector beeping. Now, to me, it just sounded like, oh, low batteries. So I came in the van, grabbed the detector, went in the house and checked the batteries. Everything was fine. No problem whatsoever. So I came back, put it in my van, waited for a little bit. Nothing went off. Couldn't hear anything. And no beeping, no nothing. Nothing in the van seemed to be on or running or anything like that. And I went about my day. Next day came home and my wife says, yeah, beeping sounds in your van again. I went, really? Seriously? So I came out to my van. Detector was beeping again. Hit the reset button this time. Let it reset. Okay, it was all fine. Went about to do some stuff, and a little bit later, the detector was beeping again. So this time I came, took the detector, took it into the house, took the batteries out, tested them again. In fact, I even swapped them after testing them just to make sure. Put the batteries in it, left it sit in the house for 2 days, and no problem whatsoever. So, okay, well, maybe it was the batteries. Brought it out to my van. 2 days later, pull home from work again, and the detector is beeping again. Now, I reset it. I did a bunch of work around the van, and about an hour later, 2 hours later, it went off. But this time I caught what it was going off for, because it goes off for the smoke alarm, and it also goes off for the carbon monoxide alarm. And it was saying carbon monoxide detector. I thought, seriously, there's nothing in the van running. And so all I had was this vent behind me open. The carbon monoxide detector that you can just see at the top of the screen here, it was where it usually is. Nothing in the van's going, and it's going off. So I took it out again, took it in the house, reset it, left it in the house for a couple days, no problem. Brought it out again, and guess what? Within a day, it was beeping again. Now, this was driving me up the wall. I looked at the detector. It says that it's got a 10-year life. I've only had it for 7 years. Well, that's fine. I checked it in the house. Didn't go off in the house for a day, 2 days. Put it back in the van again. And as I was putting it in the van, I realized my van is parked right next to my neighbor's house. My neighbor's house has a direct duct or direct venting of their furnace and their hot water tank. Well, obviously their furnace isn't running, but their hot water tank is. And just because of the way that the air was sitting and everything, we had what was called an inversion, where air doesn't move much. And the only thing that I can come up with was that the air from their house was just pooling in that area, and it was setting off my detector. Now, I thought, well, that's kind of strange. So I pulled my van out, moved it close to my house, left it at my house. It's now been here for over a week, and the detector has never gone off. Now, I was thinking the other night, I was sitting in the house, I was watching some videos online of people camping and stuff, and I saw somebody sitting out by their van one time, and they had a fire going, and it dawned on me. Several years back, somebody that was also out camping, I think they were in a van, I can't remember if it was a van or a bus or what it was, but they had the exact same issue that I dealt with. Their detector kept going off, their carbon monoxide detector. And they said all they had was the roof vent open and the side door open. And there was nothing on in the van. They didn't have a fridge. It wasn't cold. They didn't even have a furnace. So they had nothing in there, and the detector kept going off. They kept resetting the detector, and within an hour it would go off again. And the only thing that they figured out was it was coming from the fire that they had going, that the smoke must be going in there, the carbon monoxide must be going in there. It was the only time it ever went off. It was that night only. After that night, it never went off again. So people, please, if you have a van, if you have any type of RV, expedition vehicle or anything, make sure you have the detectors, because you don't know where the poison's coming from. You don't know what's going to get you. It may be a propane leak. It may be a propane leak. There, I got it out that time. So have a propane detector. It may be carbon monoxide. It may be smoke. have a detector. Just be safe, people, because you never know what's going to cause it. You never know. Now, I don't know if that was enough to kill me. I don't know if that was enough to cause serious trouble, but I don't want to know. I was just happy to figure out what it was. I was just happy to know that while I'm doing these videos and stuff, sitting in my driveway, that you're not going to like find me dead halfway through the video because there's carbon monoxide coming from whatever source. So be careful when you go out there. Carry your detectors, make sure they work, and enjoy your time out there. We'll talk to you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.